So, this is the creation of Fran. Fran is a lady who. These are table pieces, but Fran is a lady who is literally. She's a drunk, she's an alcoholic, she's a widow, she hates males. And pretty much, yeah, that's Fran. And, she's gonna be played by an actor of very high quality, of extremely high ability. And that's the bag with her head in there, and a mask, and I believe some sort of dress thing. But the main idea is pretty much character creation of a character who actually she represents a lot of women that I know, and women that are getting older, and some women from movies, some from real life, primarily from real life, and the fact that women have a lot more everything than men. That's it's kind of why I'm doing all of this project. But it would be a good Halloween, what do you call it? Character, I guess. A good Halloween character, and yeah, so because I've had this since in Ohio, actually, this idea of just you have the widow deep somewhere in like North Carolina in her mansion, and she's got a couple of dogs running around, a couple of poodles, and maybe a cat that never comes out ever. And yeah, her name's usually Fran. And so this whole storage unit actually is for equipment and eBay products, but for now it's I've taken all those out. Those are all sold and everything. So but primarily, yeah, this I like to keep my my character creation, stored and in an undisclosed location. And yeah. But yeah, Fran, she's also she's French, and she is a penny pincher. I mean, she can take a penny, and she, literally would think that's enough to buy whatever, so very, very, and she's got a lot of money from her husband, because she's a widow, she died, she has a lot of money from her husband, and yeah, he, and she still, she spends $10 a week on food. She goes to the same exact store, on the corner somewhere. It's a little deli, and she buys, for $10 each week. She, barely feeds her dogs. They get the food that she gives, leftovers. She's pretty much a horrible person, and yeah, I just had to, I had to cover, this character, which she does exist. It's inevitable. I've seen movies. I've seen real life examples. I've seen Neighbors. In Ohio, here, possibly. Some rich parts, of town. But yeah, definitely Fran has been on my mind for the last, I'd say, 10 years. And she's finally, coming out, possibly for Halloween. But, definitely for next Halloween. I want it to be like a separate thing, possibly my idea was to show people outside of, El Casino Ballroom, for example, like a next Halloween party next year, which I wanted to be, well, just leave it at that, next party next year, but, definitely, she's, definitely a character that does exist and has been on my mind for forever. Yeah, literally last 10 years, and just accumulating, taking parts of personalities from people, images, even friends here that I talk to, women that I talk to here, younger women, women in their mid-20s, late 20s, possibly early 30s that I talk to that remind me of Fran, and, kind of why I'm doing this whole project, which, so and this is my hobby, of course, but sort of, yeah, a kind of an eclectic look into a widow. A widow, I mean, she smokes, she drinks, like I said, she's basically the horrible person, and never had kids, never wanted kids. She's about probably 70, 75, and she's gonna live her full 110. Mind you that. But yeah, this probably for next Halloween. I'll try possibly to fit it in at some event or some theater thing. I don't know, but most likely it's going to be for next Halloween. And but yeah, I just decided to make this movie out of nowhere, or this video, and I probably won't make another one until next Halloween.